It looks like technology is more forward than the law right now, so there's really nothing we can really do right now. But I am still in contact with the first, and whenever they talk with their legal department to see what's going on and what's, they'll let me know also.
Oh, so you're coordinating with the precinct? And
Yeah.
Anthony's not here, he's the president of the precinct council, so now he's following this too.
Right, yeah, he's following this also. We've had 2 complaints about it. It really bothers me, to be honest with you. We have a drone go up there and, I don't know if it's looking, one complaint was looking into apartment building.
Yeah.
I feel very, violated about that, to be honest with you, but like I said, technology's ahead of the law right now. But we are coordinating with the first precinct to make sure that whenever they get their legal department, whereas we'll go on the same page with
There's
that.
a lot of coverage of it lately, like the FAA is getting involved to see what the
Yeah.
rules are, and it's different if it's got a camera on it.
Yeah, a lot of,
You can tell.
Another concern I have, I'm the one who called in the report, it was at the 30th floor, and besides an invasion of privacy, there was a camera on it. If this guy lost control of this thing, there were a lot of people, it was a beautiful Sunday.
That's been known to happen,
Yeah,
People fall and press somebody.
Yeah,
yeah.
from 30 floors up, someone's gonna probably.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna talk with the, the captain over there, my counterpart sergeants also, see if whatever we can do, just to do that, we'll look into that also.
It
And
must
like
be
the greenhouse.
it just isn't like, it must be happening all over. And,
Oh, no, it's all over, it's just not
citywide,
here, it's citywide, they've had stuff
to
at,
develop some
different-
protocol or policy.
yeah,
No, I mean,
It's just technology, it's
nationwide.
just
I mean, it's everywhere.
ahead of the law, that's what it is,
this thing? Is it
They're pretty small.
yeah.
They would hurt you.
Big enough to do
I
that.
didn't
Big enough to do that.
Packages
Yeah.
from Amazon. Oh,
Would your officers be able to approach a person and say, what are you doing?
Oh, no, we can do that, we haven't
shoot it down.
We haven't seen anybody. I've been telling my officers, if you see anybody with some sort of remote control, look what's that, approach them, see what they're doing, ask them questions, all that stuff. And we can't do too much, but at least they'll know we're up to something, that something's going
Dennis
on.
experiences, you're at River House, and I know there was one outside of the Solana, and I imagine it's
Yeah.
all along the park, with some sort of
Yeah.
recreational area. I guess it's recreation. All right.
I was gonna say, if I may add, on the vein of that, I was at the meeting with the first precinct the other day, and Mr. Notaro was the one who brought it up, and Captain Timony, so that's the first instance he's heard of that, so, it's on their radar now.
Alrighty then. All right, so I'll see you guys next month
Next
then.
month, we'll be back.
I'm sorry, don't go too soon.
Up, I got,
Well, we
Yes, ma'am.
veered off the topic of speed, and it's not changing. There are speeding bicycles out there, and it is very stressful to be out there in front of Brookfield at this time. Now, I don't think signage is going to do anything, and I see 2 of your officers on bicycles, and I don't know exactly how they can help. They seem to be tooling around, talking to each other, but I don't know what they can do to stop speed.
I mean, we've had details out there. We've had one detail when Tim was out there with the motorized bicycles that are out there. We took care of that. I'll put some more units if I can out there to make
There's
sure.
going to be a terrible accident.
Okay,
There
right.
is going
We'll
to
look
be-
into it. I'll see what I can do. I'll talk to my captain also, see what I can do. All right. I know it's just kind of like, I can't wait for that bike lane to open in front. So
Yeah.
then that's the main thing. If that bike,
Yeah.
seriously, if that bike lane would open, whereas that construction would finish, I mean, it would be great.
We've really got to keep pressure on the DOT and,
Yeah, please.
Brookfield. I mean, even before the rest of it is done, I mean, if there's any way to, get it faster than someday.
Yeah, if you guys could push any way, it'd be great.
Well, I think that would, once that happens, a
Yeah,
lot of
we ask about it every
problems will
time they
minor.
come, and we ask them to expedite it. And it does seem that big parts of it are used as storage of construction
Materials.
I realize it's a big job. Steve, you had a question again?
I got a couple questions.
Okay.
The food vendor carts that are now proliferating all over the place.
That's more of PD, that type of stuff, because the vending laws are really, really gray areas.
I just
So,
needed to sort of see where you're going.
Yeah.
And
No
I've called the office to ask for them to move the tour buses from the bus stops. So thank you for the responsiveness. I do notice on the weekends, in the mornings, between like 10 and noon, it's really bad.
Okay.
There are tour buses all up and down South End. It gets better and worse, but that seems to be a very prevalent time for them.
I'll talk with Sergeant Mercado, she's the morning tour sergeant, and I'll make sure that between, you said 10 and noon,
Between like 10 and noon on
Monday,
Saturdays.
Saturdays and
Saturdays and Sundays.
Okay.
Now, they can load and unload at the bus stop.
Right, they can load it and load, but they can't stand there and just sit there.
How
and
long can it take an hour? I mean, how long do they
No,
hang out there?
no,
It's active
it's
loading.
literally active loading and unloading. Because what I do is
Yeah, they
I
haven't
personally,
done
yeah, sorry, but personally myself, I see them sit there, they unload, and even if they sit there for like 30 seconds, I'm up there and might go sit up to say, you gotta move. Oh, but I'm waiting for my tour group, they're just over there 5 minutes. And we go, nope, you gotta round the block, do something, you can't just park over here and
Right,
sit
because
here.
people are waiting for the bus and they don't.
Yeah,
go.
and I feel bad because the connection bus is right over by Wagner Park over there, which kind of ticks me off, to be honest with you, because I've seen, our residents stand over there by connection bus, and they can't get it because the tour buses are in front of them.
So what are we supposed to do, take a picture or something, or call you?
Just call us. I mean, if you see it, my guys always get dispatched every time we call on the 4 to 12. I dispatch my guys ASAP as much as we can. We try to take care of it.
DOT
I called on my way over here because they were parked on they were parked on South End, right in front of Rector Park, back to back, and they'd been there for a good 20 minutes.
DOT tracks them also, so you should, if you take a photograph, send it to us. We get it to DOT, they have relationships with the companies and they meet with them and make sure that they're obeying the law. So no, you're a one-stop, we send it right to you.
definitely can come.
And Tom, if you do that, get the name of the company, and if you get the license plate number also, that's helpful.
I'll get the driver to pose too.
There we go.
And then just a third thing, there is a
Yes, Tim.
camp at 276 this summer for the first time. There's a middle school camp there. So just to know, for you guys to know that the school will not be empty. They're running a summer camp for the middle schoolers down
You know what time it is?
Yeah, 9 to 3.
9 to 3?
Yep.
You got that? Thank you. Yeah, all right,
So I
so,
have one more question.
Sure, George, what's
Which
up?
I don't think you probably deal with at all. But were you all involved in policing the gay pride stuff this weekend, or was that all NYPD?
most of this NYPD, they had some youths from Hudson River Park.
It
that were
just seems
there,
so
and-
extreme the way they shut the bike
Yeah.
lane. They shut the whole park.
People are walking on the highway.
They're walking, forcing
Right,
people to
chain
walk
walking.
on the highway
Yeah.
all the way up to, I don't even know where, Christopher at least.
I came down from
They
23rd.
forced everyone onto that side of the highway, you couldn't.
Oh, yeah, that's
It just
key,
seemed
yeah.
really draconian, you know.
There was
They
a
did it last
huge
year,
police
too.
presence.
There was a huge, I just wanted.
Yeah, PD was one, we take care of, HRP takes care of things inside the park, but if you're being pushed
Yeah.
outside onto the street,
Yeah,
that's
because
PD, that's definitely
they
PD.
closed the whole park.
Yeah,
So
that's-
You guys were,
no.
did you have any reaction or complaints, or you were?
No, I mean, I don't work that park, so I really couldn't tell you.
From
Chambers
Chambers
down
South,
is-
we were open, but right at Pier 25 was the first block off that you couldn't get to, you could
People were
not go.
just, I was walking by and people were just incredulous, like, what do you mean you closed the bikeway all the way
Right.
up? And then they said, go into the streets.
Yeah, no, that's, the way you're talking, George, that's PD's work.
So I'll bring it up with,
Yeah.
I don't know who, but maybe the Tribeca committee,
Yeah.
to talk about it, because it just seemed,
They blocked the bike pathway, or they just said?
Oh, yeah.
no, you
Yeah.
can go into the park. I said to them,
Without a
I
ticket, I
said,
guess.
you can't go into the park. He said, unless you're playing miniature golf. I said, I'm going to play miniature golf. And I walked away.
Did you make a park?
You have a secret knock.
It was
It's
up,
definitely around Barrow, because I tried to enter above Barrow.
yeah, you couldn't, because I came down.
Yeah.
It's not good.
All right.
Alrighty.
Thank you.
I might be wrong about this, but maybe this is NYPD's new version of crowd control, because somebody told me that everything east of Broadway down to the East River is going to get closed to traffic for July 4th.
On the east side?
That's what I heard. So this could be coming out of the NYPD, there, for what? Keep crowds under control.
Repeat that, I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
Ruth, this is what I was told, and I believe I'm repeating it correctly. And on July 4th, everything east of Broadway down to the river is going to be closed to traffic. Is that possible? Has anybody else heard anything like that?
Well, did
And
they
how
do
far-
that on the west side for the 4th of July last year when they went to fireworks?
No, I was at the community board meeting Thursday when they mentioned that it's gonna be a big frozen zone, so.
No car.
Yeah, I would avoid going over there if you don't have to.
And how far?
And I think from
Broadway
like
to
they
where?
said noon, I don't have my notes in front of me, but it was gonna be you know, everything's gonna be blocked off.
On what street, so Broadway, and then how far north?
Oh my gosh, I can't even.
30 something
I thought
street?
they closed, they did it on the west side too last year, and all the years that I thought they closed the west
They
side
did close
highway.
the west side.
No,
They
No.
did.
they did.
I don't remember, to be honest.
Down here.
Which
No,
also
not down, we
seems,
never had it down here, it was a little further up.
Farther north, oh, maybe that's why I don't know.
yeah.
So what I heard was not false. It was
No, you're correct.
true. So is this coming from some big spot up in the
I
NY?
mean, this is just what the first precinct, you know, mentioned in the community board meeting on Thursday. So, yeah, they said avoid it over there if you can.
It's probably more than just the first police precinct. 'cause
Yeah.
got
Yeah, it's
a
a
lot.
couple.
Central, yeah.
Yeah.
One was the buzzer.
We'll,
To get to that, citywide event.
Because 23rd, they put a big stage.
now I think we're done.
We done? No. All right, guys, have a happy fun, all right? I'll see you next month. Thank you.